Hi guys, this is Jock here from Attraction Marketing. There's three people have one thing in common, a word if you like in common. Nicolette Moore, Evan Carmichael and Roberto Blake. When we come right back, I'm going to tell you what these people have in common and what I have in common now with them. And this is a different video than what I normally do. You're in my home today. Welcome to my home. This is not set up in any studio or any office. I just want to share with you a little bit of I would think, you know, a little bit of knowledge and wisdom that came to me through an unusual way, and how it's actually played in my life over the years actually. So when we come right back, I'm going to tell you the story about the one word that these guys all have in common. God bless. Okay guys, welcome back. So I'm about to share with you this little bit of story in my life. Welcome to my home once again. I am Jock from Attraction Marketing, and if you are returning to the channel or you're listening to the podcast, then welcome. If you're listening to the podcast, then please sign up if you haven't done so already. And if you're actually watching us on YouTube or watching this short video on YouTube, then please subscribe to the channel. There'll be a little bell, I think over down here or whatever it is. Subscribe to the channel and you'll be alerted every time I put a video up. Now, before I tell you what the relationship is to these people, let me kind of share something with you. Everyone has a predominant factor in their life, a predominant belief system, or a predominant way of thinking about things, or maybe the way that they've been brought up, or even in their business. There is one parallel underlying relationship, if you like, that you have to something, and I've had that, and in actual fact it's escaped me for many years, until I watched a video from a young lady called, I hope I'm getting her name right, Nicolette Moore. And if you don't know who Nicolette Moore is, then you will do. She is a coach, and she helps people with their online businesses, and I will link to her YouTube channel below. So thank you, Nicola, for letting me into this secret which I'm about to share. So what does Nicolette and Roberto Blake and Evan Carmichael have in common? Well, Evan Carmichael wrote a book called One Word. I had never even heard of this before. Never heard of this book. I mean, and being an author, I love books. I love to read. I love to listen to them. And I saw, Nicolette and I are in a business group that we share, and I saw a video that she actually came up with, and that video was about this guy called Evan Carmichael. Never heard of him in my life. I never even heard of his book in my life. And she mentioned this whole idea about having one word that really, is your signature, of how you think about things in your life, about your belief or your perception, or generally just how you kind of run your business, if you like, and this intrigued me, and I'm like, one word, what? And I kept on thinking about what would my one word be. And she kept on, she asked me what would my one word be. Let me know when you find it. And I really didn't know what this concept was all about. And I'd been following a guy. I'd seen a guy on YouTube called Roberto Blake. And if you don't know who Roberto Blake is, he's awesome. Okay, he's a young guy. He's a young entrepreneur. And I don't really go for bullshit and stuff like that. And one of the things I liked about Roberto is he is not like that. He doesn't give any, there's no fairy tales or nothing about him. He gives you fantastic value, and he's a great guy. He has a story himself, and I'm going to be very lucky at some point in September that Roberto has actually agreed to come on and be a guest on my new podcast, and I can't wait to kind of share his wisdom with you. So I'm going to link to Roberto because I kind of was attracted to him, if you like, just because I saw a couple of videos and they really resonated with me, and these videos were awesome. and it was, all about marketing and entrepreneurship, and also, lessons in life. I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm an author, and I loved the way he was coming across in his thought processes. And he's gone through his fair share of his fair bit of stuff in his time, and that's obviously made him who he is today. You always see something that's very positive out of a negative experience, and he's turned his negative experience that he had, which he'll share with you at some point, into something really positive. And so Nicolette had put her thoughts in about this book, One Word by Evan Carmichael, and I thought, oh well, in for a penny, in for a pound, I'm going to find out what it's all about. I was really shocked, actually. So I went on Audible. I don't have a copy of the book to show you. I went on Audible and I bought the book and I listened to the book, and then I got my wife to listen to the book, and it was absolutely amazing, because the premise of this book is that there is one word that drives you. There's one word that speaks volumes about who you are and what you stand for and how you can teach that to the world, or services that you give to the world. And it's really fascinating. And I'm at one point I'm going to get him on. I'm going to get him on a podcast. I don't know how. I'm going to get him on the podcast at some point, because I want him to share that wisdom and knowledge with you guys. And so that one word, it escaped me, and I kind of went through my whole, what is the one word that actually is my signature, is what I'm about, is my whole business. And he talks in the book about how a company, like, the branding, like, Starbucks, and their words and the choice, and there's a company called Honest, and how that word actually is the epitome of everything they think, they believe in, and they preach, basically. And this was a really, really weird concept, because I'd never thought about it. The more I got into his book, the more that I read about, listened actually to what he was saying, the more it was starting to sink in, and the more things were coming to my mind. And my one word was awareness, because in my life I've always taught awareness, and I studied martial arts. I taught awareness. I wrote a book on awareness. Okay, my last book that I just released is all about awareness in the paranormal. I wrote about the sixth sense as awareness to help people stay safe. Called Powers of the Sixth Sense, to stay safe in a hostile world. I've taught workshops based on awareness. I have done talks based on awareness. I taught in oil companies awareness courses, and I did not know my one word was awareness. So Nicola, thank you for showing me that book, and thank you for sharing your wisdom and knowledge with me. It was amazing. And thank you to, and where does here, I'm going to thank Roberto Blake as well, because this is one of the things that I knew when this really resonated with me, is as I was reading the book, and listening to the book, if you like. I have now got it. It's actually on Kindle as well. So as I was reading and listening to the book, whose name should keep on coming up? Roberto Blake. Roberto Blake. So I have to thank Roberto Blake, because this all tied together as well. To actually have him mentioned in this book, and Evan Carmichael. Evan, if you're listening to this, which you probably won't, but if you are and somebody mentions it, awesome book. I've told everybody about it. It really is completely different. It's very unique. And I've had my one word for so many years. It was right under my nose, and I didn't know. So, like Nicola, challenging people for their one word, I'm going to challenge you guys who are listening in. What is your one word? Go and buy his book. Go and buy Evan Carmichael's book, and see the hidden gem that it actually really is, and identify what your one word is, because that one word will take, whether you're a life coach, whether you are a medium, whether you are a lawyer, or whether you are a holistic therapist, no matter what industry you're in, you have one word that really epitomizes who you are and what you stand for. What is your one word? Let me know below what your one word is and why you have chosen that. But don't let me know until you've gone and bought the book. I don't have an affiliate commission with him or anything to the book. It's just amazing. I really, really liked it. I'm looking forward to interviewing him at some point. And definitely watch out for me interviewing Roberto Blake. Awesome guy. Go and watch his channel. Go and watch his videos. You'll learn tons. He gives loads of knowledge out. And a big shout out to Nicolette Moore, because she put me on this path. I have been teaching awareness for years and years and years and years and years without even knowing. Even in my coaching, even in my business, in my marketing, I'm teaching awareness of the industry, knowing, awareness in action. I have always taught this. My books are written about awareness. I have spiritual awareness. I teach all these things. So that is my little story, guys, of how I came about my one word. I'm thanking the guys that helped me got there. Please go and visit them. And I shall see you on the next video that's coming up, which is all about Instagram. And that'll be next week sometime. So, guys, thank you for joining me. Once again, this is not a normal video. You're in my home. Thank you for putting up with this. And I hope that you go and you read his book. Please let me know what your one word is. Till the next time, God bless.